Y'all need to go back home where you guys come from. You've been doing this for hundreds of years. You know, Martin Luther King marched, and you guys sit dogs out.
Stop right now. You keep accusing this court that I'm 100 years old and I've been oppressing things for 100 years.
And I'm Native Indian African. I'm not even a citizen.
No?
No, I'm a prisoner in my own country because of you white people. Here, you raped us, you robbed us, and you murdered us legally.
Stop right there.
Everything that you people have done has been legal.
There. It's not you. I did not do that.
You're the system.
Do not put that on me. It's not intended to violate any rights under the U.S. Constitution. The purpose is for protection of the complaining witnesses and protection of society if this court deems necessary.
That's if somebody violated a law. I haven't violated nothing.
Sir,
I'm with you.
The allegation is that you assaulted, resisted, obstructed a police officer causing injury, and trespassed.
That's just an allegation.
You're correct. You're correct. But as a condition of bond, there are certain factors the court has to take into consideration when assessing bond, and the court has judicial discretion to assess bond conditions. That is what this court did. I didn't place you on house arrest, told you you couldn't move anywhere. I didn't do any of that, sir. I simply put forth conditions relevant to the allegations therein. And sir, I'm very much aware that they are allegations only.
Yeah, you need to read the whole thing of it, just one. I got like 15 issues in there.
15 issues.
Yeah,
okay,
you need to read the whole thing. Also, Your Honor, I publicly protested today in front of your court.
Okay.
But none of your police came out to arrest me because that's my constitutional right to do. I'm not ignorant of my constitutional rights. I'm not ignorant. A judge told me a long time ago, ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Right.
And so I studied a little bit. I don't know a lot, but I know my constitutional rights. I've done read your European Constitution over and over again. Actually, I wrote one of my own. If I followed your white laws, I follow them, and then you stomp on me when I follow your laws. You've been doing this for hundreds of years. You know, Martin Luther King marched, and you guys sit dogs out.
Stop right now.
This dude seriously just called the judge racist. Right to her face. Like, bro, you literally resisted arrest, fought with the cops, and now you're sitting in court acting like you're the victim? Nah, that's wild. The level of audacity these sovereign citizens have is honestly unreal. They break the law, get arrested like anyone else would, and then somehow twist it into some grand conspiracy against them. It's delusional. Like, my guy, if you don't want to end up in this situation, here's a crazy thought. Just follow the law like everyone else. You know, those rules that stop society from turning into complete chaos? And let's be real, calling the judge a racist while she's literally deciding your fate is the legal equivalent of punching yourself in the face. Not exactly a winning strategy, if you ask me. What do you guys think about this dude so far? Because if I were the judge, I probably would have hit him with contempt charges on the spot. But knowing him, he'd just double down and cry racism again. Anyway, let's jump back in and see how this absolute train wreck plays out.
I'm not 100 years old, so do not accuse me of stomping on anything.
Well,
let's be very clear on that.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, don't seem like it.
I'm not 100 years old, sir. Were you interfered with at all while you were engaging in your protest?
My constitutional right? No.
No, you were.
I did at the city of Woodhaven, though, and now you condemning me for it because you restricted me.
Sir, let me be very clear.
I've committed no crime.
I am restricting, I put conditions on for the protection of the complaining witnesses, which is the authority that I've been given with my judicial discretion.
You also took an oath to uphold every citizen's constitutional right to public protest. Okay. But you're not doing that.
Sir, let me clarify. Let me clarify something. There is a balancing act that as judges we have to do. So we have you're charged with a crime, right? It's an allegation. We have the protection of the victim and the community. All right. So there's a balancing act that this court has to do. And that is what this court is doing. I have not restricted all of your movement. I have not said you can't put signs up anywhere. You can't go on any public property. I have not done that, sir.
You did?
No. What I did was I addressed specifically the complaining witness and the victims in this matter. That is what I did, and that is what I have the authority to do that's been given to me by the U.S. Constitution as well. That's statutory authority. Whether you agree with that or not, sir. I understand you don't agree, but that's not a basis for this court to disqualify itself. Let's see what the next one is here.
When I go to schools and you'll find out, you should arrest me, but you're not going to. It's my right.
Let me just clarify. I, as a judge, do not have the authority to arrest you myself.
Well, they don't either. They took an oath to uphold my civil rights, whether they like it or not.
Sir, did anybody arrest you here?
You weren't supposed to. It's my constitutional right to do. Just like in the city of Woodhaven. This is what I'm trying to get through to you. You're trying to say, no. There's allegations against you that you did this, and this. I'm trying to tell you I exercised my constitutional rights, and they violated me. I'm the victim.
And sir, that is everything that will come through discovery and whatnot. At this stage, this is considered pre-trial.
I swear, I cannot deal with these sovereign citizens who decide to go pro-SE, like they've suddenly unlocked lawyer mode or something. Then they walk into pre-trial screaming about how they're innocent. Like, sir, yelling doesn't delete the evidence. You're not in a TikTok debate, you're in an actual courtroom. And the craziest part? They act like the judge, the clerks, and literally everyone in that room personally arrested them. Bro, none of these people were even there, they're just doing their jobs. Meanwhile, this guy's out here arguing with the law like it's a suggestion. At this point, I'm just waiting for the judge to hit him with a contempt charge because honestly, if I were on that bench, I'd be handing those out like free samples at Costco. These people make a circus out of the court system and somehow think they're winning. What do you guys think, though? Is he actually trying to delay the case? Or does he really believe he's dropping legal facts here?
I know what this is. I've been through your system before. Also, Your Honor, I've asked if you don't dismiss yourself, I'm asking for another judge to hold.
Just one moment, please. This court, sir, has to take the allegations and there's a process.
Like I don't know it. I know your process. I've been down your roads before. But
I don't know what roads of mine you've been down, sir.
I'm 15.
You've been here, excuse me. You've been here in this court a number of times as other matters have been disqualified.
Yes, I
and you have been treated with respect and fairness. And I believe you've even stated that yourself.
That's not all entirely true.
Hold on, sir. I believe you've even stated that yourself.
Yeah, but that's not all entirely true. You wasn't here to dismiss the posted signs, was you? You should have been here when the prosecutor dismissed City of Woodhaven posted signs. What? You didn't show up then.
Hold on, sir. I don't even know what one that is you're talking about.
Well, there was the one that we was going through and postponed. The City of Woodhaven wrote violation. No, they wrote violations, for posted signs in this case. In other cases. Because I was protesting in the City of Woodhaven. Okay. But on that, the day that you were supposed to be here to have that case dismissed, another judge took your place. You think I'm sleepy or stupid, I'm not. But I'm 15.
Stop there right now, sir. Stop there right now. I don't think you're sleepy and I don't think you're stupid. When was that case? The one that you're talking about that I had another judge sitting for me, when was that case?
That was... I don't know the exact date of it, but I know the case was dismissed by a prosecutor.
Okay. Was that about a year ago, sir?
It was last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the time that I had somebody sitting here in my place was because I had to go to Illinois on an emergency basis because my father had a stroke.
Oh, my fault.
So instead of having everything dismissed, I made sure I had another judge here to cover. So do not accuse me of thinking that you're sleepy or stupid. I made sure that there was a judge here to cover it anyway. So whether I was here or not is irrelevant.
The case got dismissed from the City of Woodhaven. But anyway, I'm 15. The defendant under Michigan Court Rule 2.003 requests a hearing by a district court chief judge in case if judge refuses to dismiss herself from this case. I know I have a constitutional right. If you don't dismiss yourself, I have the right for another judge to look at it. This way, it's impartial. It's where another judge can look at it and not just yourself. And apparently, you want to hold this case for a reason. And I believe that you in the City of Woodhaven, the state of Michigan, is in conspiracy.
I swear, I cannot deal with these sovereign citizens who decide to go pro-SE, like they've suddenly unlocked lawyer mode or something. Then they walk into pretrial screaming about how they're innocent. Like, sir, yelling doesn't delete the evidence. You're not in a TikTok debate. You're in an actual courtroom. Yep, everyone's out to get you, little buddy. The entire state of Michigan just woke up one morning and said, you know what? Let's ruin this one random guy's life and take away all his rights. Like, seriously, how did this genius manage to crack the code on this supposed grand conspiracy? The FBI should probably hire him at this point. But for real, though, what is going on in Michigan? Why does it feel like the state has become the official breeding ground for sovereign citizens? Is there a secret club? Because I'm convinced Michigan is basically the headquarters for these people. You just know there's got to be weekly basement meetings where they exchange fake legal arguments, practice bad courtroom strategies, and role-play their "you have no jurisdiction over me" lines. I wouldn't even be surprised if they printed fake law degrees to hand out to each other. It's wild, though. Every single viral sovereign citizen meltdown seems to trace back to Michigan, and I honestly can't figure out why. If any of you have a theory, please drop in the comments, because I need some answers on this one.
You know what I mean? You guys can say I'm crazy or not, but that's what I'm seeing. Because if you're fighting so hard to keep this case in your court, there's something wrong. Something got to be wrong. You already violated my constitutional right to public protest at the city of Woodhaven because of allegations that I committed assault against the police officer. You guys don't even know me.
Sir, okay, stop right there, please, just one moment. So, I'm not fighting to hold on to this case. I was assigned this case by the State Court Administrative Office. Now, I'm also elected to preside over cases. So, unless there's a valid reason for this court to disqualify itself, I am obligated, whether I want to or not, to sit and preside over the matter. I am the chief judge of this court, and so I don't find that there's a basis at this point for me to disqualify myself. However, you certainly have the right to request the State Court Administrative Office can review that. That's absolutely your right. That's how that gets reviewed.
Well, yeah, I want another judge to look at this, because if you don't want to dismiss yourself from this case, we got a problem right there. Because
There's no problem, sir. I have a responsibility.
The city would have.
Sir, I have a responsibility. The matter is transferred over to the 27th District Court because the 33rd District Court disqualified itself. Perhaps they sent it here because the other matters that you've had here, I don't know. I didn't ask for the case to be sent here.
Woodhaven, I think the judge Ken Bash or something like that, he might be up there somewhere. He's retired now. You guys did me the same thing, same way you did.
You guys, I wasn't here.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Your system, you wasn't here, you're not 100 years old.
It's not my system. It's the system of the country. It's the entire system. You keep accusing this court that I'm 100 years old and I've been oppressing things for 100 years, that it's my system.
Well, I'm saying
I didn't arrest you. That is not
it's your system,
my system.
and regardless, this is your system. It's not mine.
It is yours. It's
No,
not.
it's not. I'm Native Indian African. I'm not even a citizen.
No?
No, I'm a prisoner in my own country because of you white people. Y'all need to go back home where you guys come from.
Okay, sir. Well, let me just say this. All right. You are accusing this court of being biased and prejudiced.
And racist. Yep.
And racist. However, your comments, sir, would seem to suggest otherwise.
Look, why do you raped us, you robbed us, and you murdered us legally?
Stop right there.
Everything that you people done
Stop
has
right
been legal.
there. It's not you. I did not do that.
You're the system.
Do not put that on me. But here's what I'm going to do, sir. I'm going to grant your request. And this court's going to disqualify itself, and you can figure out which other court's going to handle this matter after the State Court Administrative sends wherever it's got to send, whatever it has to send. So, because at this point, I am not going to stay here, take the abuse from you and your allegations, which are completely false and unbased. This court, myself, did not do anything that you're accusing me of doing at all. I wasn't even around at that point. So we're going off the record. You can step outside in the lobby. Somebody will give you the next stuff you have to do.
And I'll give you a call, Mr. Keller. Thank you very much for helping me.
Why did the judge do that? Because honestly, this sovereign citizen kind of won this one, at least in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but this is exactly what these people want. When the judge loses their patience, It just fuels their whole delusional narrative that the system is corrupt or the court can't handle the truth. I totally get it, though. Dealing with sovereign citizens has to be unbelievably frustrating. But at the end of the day, the judge is the authority in that room. When they snap, it flips the power dynamic and makes it look like the sovereign citizen is somehow in control. Don't get me wrong. I think this judge is a good person and usually does a great job. But in this situation, I really think she should have kept her cool. Because yelling at a sovereign citizen is like arguing with a brick wall. It doesn't accomplish anything, and it just makes the court look bad. When a judge goes off like that, it almost validates the nonsense, like, see, even the court can't handle my truth. Maybe I'm being harsh, but that's just how I see it. I think contempt charges would have been more fitting here instead of losing composure. What do you guys think? Did the judge fumble this one, or was she right to snap back? Personally, I feel like she should have stayed calm, but maybe you see it differently. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more courtroom chaos and breakdowns like this. Let me know in the comments, did the sovereign citizen actually win this one or not? I post every single day, so stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care. I'll see you guys in the next one.